So you're looking for the simple step-by-step recipe for making keto pizza crust with almond flour? Well, in this video, I bring you the budget-friendly, no-fuss keto pizza crust with almond flour. No cheese, come closer, no cauliflower. And I want you to stay to the end to show you how we can freeze and bake it for later. Hey y'all, I'm Shelly in the ketogenic low-carb anti-inflammatory kitchen, helping you lose weight, decrease your blood sugar, balance your hormones, eliminate pain, decrease migraines, and in this channel I bring you the no-fuss, real-world, budget-friendly, ketogenic, low-carb, gluten-free lifestyle your waistline, body, family, and pocketbook will love. And now if you're new here, consider subscribing. I'm going to give you a second to do that, sugar. And at any time during our show, be sure to scroll below, check out the links and the show notes in our description box. Can't have a recipe without ingredients. Here's our simple list. We have an egg, half cup of olive oil, a half a teaspoon of xanthan gum. This is optional. We'll chat about it later. Half a teaspoon of our baking powder, half a teaspoon of our Redmond real salt, and 2 1/4 cup of our almond flour. We interrupt this video to bring you a KLA product spotlight. Oh, Redmond real salt. How I love thee. This salt, incredibly popular, has taken the ketogenic and anti-inflammatory world by storm, and it's totally understandable. It's ancient fine sea salt. It's absolutely beautiful. It's made in Utah. There's no chemicals. There's no additives. And what I love about this is that we can really find it in any of our local supermarkets, which makes it budget friendly for me. But the other thing I love is that the flavor is so incredibly robust. Mwah! That we really only need to add a dash of it to our food. I love this stuff. I carry this around with me whenever I'm making my salads. You will not be disappointed in this choice. So with all that said, this is a KLA approved product that you'll notice we have a few supplies on hand. We have our parchment paper and our baking pan. Go ahead and preheat your oven to 400 degrees. And we're gonna start by teaching you a little trick. And this trick I learned back in 4-H many moons ago in Bayou Country. And I always love to know if you were in 4-H, comment below. If you were in 4-H, maybe have a niece or a granddaughter or grandson that's in 4-H. We're gonna put our dry ingredients together first. So here comes our salt. Whoops, got a little stuck there. Oh, gotten a little fancy on me, eh? We have our baking powder, which is right here. If you can't tell, I am a lefty. And then here's our optional item. This is our half a teaspoon of our xanthan gum. Now the thing with xanthan gum, gang, is we have to remember, so we are a gluten-free kitchen, obviously. You know, the more gluten we eat, it's related to inflammation, and that's something I definitely want to stay away from, being a migraine sufferer. You know, when I cut gluten, I feel like my life completely changed. I literally went pain-free. My energy increased, my workouts got a lot better, and I haven't had a migraine since then, so that's wonderful. But what gluten does is it holds items together. It really does give a product such a beautiful look. And when we take out gluten, the item can become very crumbly and very kind of just funky. So xanthan gum is very common in gluten-free cooking. You should be able to find it in your baking section at any of your stores. I personally shop at Drug Emporium. I realize a lot of y'all may not have it, so I do have a link for it below. But do know, just go and shop your baking section, and you do not need a lot of this. So when you replace flour with your almond flour, I know some of y'all are using coconut flour. Y'all know coconut's not my favorite. I think it just tastes a little funky. You definitely want to throw this in there, but it's optional. So I would throw it in if I was like bringing something to a church picnic, because we know that people love to judge at those things. The food that is. But if you're at home, don't worry about it. The 4-H trick that I am teaching you all is we're gonna build a tunnel. And in the tunnel is where we're gonna put our liquid ingredients. So we have our half a cup of our olive oil. And another trick I'm gonna teach y'all is an egg. And this is how I tell folks to teach kids how to crack an egg. Get a clear dish or a clear cup that's, could be a plastic one. Crack your egg, look for the shell, and you're good to go. If the shell's in there, you could use the shell itself. It kind of is like a little magnet and it'll attract it to it. So, and this is where things can get a little messy. All right, we got the money shot right here. Now we're ready for the next step, and this is where I want you to get super creative in the kitchen. Bring me your favorite ketogenic, anti-inflammatory, low-carb toppings. We're gonna put this back in the oven once we get our toppings on for about 5 minutes, and really the last 30 seconds, 30 to 60 seconds, we wanna put on broil, so if we're using any type of cheese, whether it's lactose-free or regular cheese, it will melt it. So I want you to stay tuned for future videos as I'm going to dress this bad boy. And comment below if you know what dress means. And as a special treat, we can freeze this, and I do this very often. All I encourage folks to do is to cut it in fours and layer it in a Ziploc bag, freeze it, and when we're ready to use it again, you can lay it out in your fours, and you can lay it out in your fours, throw it back in the oven at 350 for 5 minutes so it can defrost, take it out, add your toppings. Now, question of the day, gang. What is your favorite pizza topping? And I want you to stay tuned for future videos because I'm gonna show you how to ketogenic, low carb, anti-inflammatory your favorite pizzas. Now, I really hope you enjoyed our keto pizza crust with almond flour. I loved it, and I really hope that you will enjoy making it one day. And if you love our channel, be sure to subscribe. And if you know someone who is following a keto plan, following an anti-inflammatory plan, maybe even lactose intolerant, this is a great video to share with them. So be sure to tag it, share it to them in an email. We love shares. And now for your own keto meal, be sure to go into the description below, click the link, and it will be delivered right to your inbox. I'm Shelly from the KLA Kitchen, bringing you a ketogenic, low-carb, anti-inflammatory lifestyle that your waistline, body, pocketbook, and family will love. I wish you farewell, friends. Bye-bye now.